clean start from just about everybody. Alex Mian in the middle of the second row, that was better from him today. But Diogo Moreira has got the jump on everybody into turn 1, through turn 3, and then we begin the climb up towards turn 4.
Yeah, you can see Alonso got a really, really good start, was sneaking up into second place, but yeah.
In the third laps, that's when they were able to catch him and, well, give him a few rubs.
Start from the Dutchman, and he's still right up there.
But for how long? David Alonso pulls out the slipstream. He's strong in there, and he leads into the second lap now with Colin Fire, I think.
Great experience to be racing these guys, and yeah, Alonso then has hit the front.
Well, Alonso from Via, from the number 92 there, and they wanted. Alex Mian's been roughed about already.
Yeah, definitely a few guys who'll be wanting to make some quick.
Where has he gone down? Oh, that is a big crash. Lucky not to be collected there. That'll be coming out of turn 8 as well. I've been avoiding that, chaps.
A little bit cheeky there from a few, but how many abreast are we going to go into turn 1?
That was Munoz giving them a big squeeze into turn.
Actually, in the MotoGP race, is saying track conditions are amazing today. So yeah, good stuff.
Smooth, but kept it very clean indeed.
Yeah, that was nice work from the Italian.
It's a far bigger leading pack than we had yesterday. I mean, it must go all the way down to Daniel Munoz, maybe in 10th.
But yeah, so we've got a bit of a bigger freight train at the front at the moment, and no one able to escape, and we've already seen some.
Good as he gets, I'd say, as this race progresses as well. It was really interesting yesterday, Fran, to see the likes of the more experienced in control, but then as we got into the latter stages, actually, well, the others came through. Diogo Moreira and
taking over in 4th place.
Oh, that's the number 24 then. That was Ivan Ortola. Welcome to the fight there. Just
last season or yesterday, quite in this fight with these guys, but it's the familiar number.
Certainly got a good night's sleep before this one.
I was going to say, how old do you think you are?
I'm about 15 years older than some of these guys.
Nah, yeah, Alonso in the lead. Those two with a little bit of daylight. He's not going to try and whack it up the inside there, surely. Not quite, but stays tagged onto the...
Do is make sure David Alonso does not break that slipstream down this start and finish straight. And Alonso really Munoz looking particularly strong in turn 1, like with David Alonso, because his advantage yesterday was so crystal clear to everybody else.
It's not necessarily the time to start making those crazy moves and really battle it out if you think that you've got the pace to go with.
This is one of those corners which are just so inviting for a bit of a Larry lunge at the inside for so many of these guys. If we flick it left into quarter now, so it's pretty important that you pick your moment. As we saw at the inside there, that is the number 8 in the slipstream though.
Yeah, it's really incredibly close between those two. Again, right in the final corner and onto the start-finish straight. Let's see now where...
Both breaking a very similar time indeed, if not a bit. It's tighter line that David Munoz kept there. He really wants to make
a cheeky move there as, yeah, David Munoz looking really keen to get past, but not quite able to get it done at that time around. And like we said, there'd been that little bit of daylight back to Moreira, but it's pretty...
back at the results that we had from races last year as well. Colin Fire still there maintaining a solid 5th place. This is really back to where he belongs. Get from the Dutchman, then he'll feel more at home battling it out with the leaders and for podium position. So still there. Good stuff from him. We've just got Uriarte this time around. We're now experiencing 150 lap times, the fastest lap so far from Uriarte. Bit of a twitch then from David Alonso. Yesterday, I think it was, no, Friday.
Friday it was indeed.
Who knows what day it is anymore?
Yeah, no, honestly. But yeah, so really hot. 6 of track action they've had here on the Algarve. So everyone learning plenty from their experience of this stunning circuit.
They get 1 warning in the talent programs, I think it is, rather than in the Grand Prix classes. They get 3 warnings.
I think it's Moto E where they get 1 warning due to the race length.
Well, that's where the confusion comes. Too many. That is the number 5. That's Tadjikon Poisri, the tyre rider, down and pretty much, well, out of any kind of running. He's trying to rejoin, but there'll be no points for him
this season. So he's back here this weekend, and yeah, he'll be disappointed then to end one of these races down the road. But at least, as in moments you're allowed before you're warned.
Okay.
Rather than specific actual warnings. Yes, warnings from race direction, one must definitely abide by.
Yeah, absolutely. Too right. Well, as through the long lap penalty, however.
Yeah, he's got to pin it, absolutely pin it, like we saw first ever rookies champion.
In the background of this shot, perhaps, well, maybe the gradient's a bit too flat for this, but either way, we're looking from David Alonso, still looking very much in charge. There we are. The number 7 going through there then, Daniel Munoz, and he does nail it pretty much. This is pretty solid speed. Not going to lose too much time there, I'd say. A couple of seconds, but with a slipstream could well make
64.
Nearly out of the seat as well. That's the first mistake we've seen from the Colombian. That was was very, very hairy indeed. I think he shocked just about everybody else behind him as much as himself.
80 to gather that up and keep the lead, but yeah, so he's not infallible then. We've seen a couple of moments, but we also saw that yesterday.
Slipstream, oh, and he bumps him way wide over track limits completely there. For Munoz bumping whole business here today, don't they? So Alonso comes across the line, Uriarte there. They cross the line that time around.
Yeah, that was getting a little bit spicy, and we'd seen David Munoz not really trying to go round. David Alonso somehow keeping the lead of this race despite that slipstream and despite that
around him. Great stuff from the Dutchman. He's now got Daniel Holgado behind him.
A great job up here, still very much with this pack, and all these guys, there's nothing to choose between them at the moment. Go to anyone's plan, I don't think there, except for David Alonso. But yeah, they're all looking pretty keen to...
Already got David Munoz pulling out the slipstream. He's inside the slipstream behind David Alonso, but as you can see, that taller frame, he just can't get turn one in first place. No, but it's second for the Brazilian this time around.
Yeah, that was well seen by the Brazilian. You could see it's just bottlenecking behind the number 80 on that side over to the left, and getting it done, and now back up in second place.
Very, very impressive indeed.
These guys, so yeah, it's great to see his success. Already really good stuff from the Brazilian rookie in the rookies. Really got the hammer down at the front, and you can see then Colin Fire is the guy in fourth, and there is just a little bit of space.
Well, there he does. The move he made those moments in the last couple of laps as they're just hugging the green stuff closely. I mean, you've got to be careful. Look at this then. So Munoz, number 6,
out to the left, and again managed to capitalise a little bit, although the number 92 just touched a bit of the green there, so you need to be
down through turn 6 and turn 7. That's a little twitch there from Alonso as well. No move coming his way from Munoz. Just
rockets himself down that line. Doesn't seem to lose out that much compared to the guys behind him, but they need
quite orderly before that, and it's certainly not very orderly now. Just riding down the green stuff right next to pit wall. Very, very brave stuff. Trying to send it down the inside into turn 1. And I tell you what, Farron, I did say earlier, David Alonso didn't look much stronger than anybody else into turn 1, but as the Holgado goes,
just keep that lead solid on the brakes into turn 1, keeping it nice and tidy, and that time you see Moreira into any of it at all, although now it looks like David Munoz is pretty feisty there, maybe looking for a way through soon.
Perhaps. Well, I'll keep an eye on the standings and the timing tower to the left of your screens as well. Shout out Alex Mia. Move up into turn 13. He chooses the inside line. He takes a look and he says no. Colin Vire. I think he just got overtaken.
Lead. But yeah, so Holgado now looking the raciest, and it looks like David Munoz on that lap just off the...
But they pull out from the slipstream. Will we have a change for the lead this time around? My betting is perhaps no, but Diogo Moreira might have different ideas. David Alonso though at race 2 of round 1.
Yeah, they are. That was well held by the number 64 there, and slotted back in well as well. Had a quick look to check that there was space to do so, and then back in there, but I'm sure
Munoz straight back up. Let Alex Mian respond to him. Superb stuff, and now he's back on the tail of Daniel Holgado.
He is indeed. So pretty intelligent with where he's usually choosing to put his bike, so we'll have to see what changes.
Up the inside of
Hammer really down the number 64, and I'm sure he'll be on the tailpipes of the number 92 soon enough too. But yeah, I think it's going to be interesting
this time around. Yesterday, blimey, Daniel Holgado just so as we click into the penultimate lap. We do have a change of the lead there. The number 92, Moreira, today he was out front by 4 or 5 seconds. Munoz up the inside once again. That's Mian battling for third as well. A main beneficiary of the slipstream. 2 separate bikes in that single shot. They're so close together. Really, really impressive, and this has got a little bit of daylight, so
comfortable there, but the guys behind are really closing in now. There's no daylight left in this freight. Really not having that at all, was he? Straight back, and obviously aware that we are now going on to
the final. All over the place, getting so close, too close for comfort on the run now to turn 1. Who's going to get the jump as we pass through it? Who's that up the inside?
It very much is. So yeah, Mian did go wide, and on the last lap, that's a real no-no. But he's straight back into that battle then at the front, and it's Holgado who leads after that mammoth shuffle, but Alonso,
who was the main loser in that the slipstream that time around.
Yeah, I think it was. It looks like Mateo
trying to make a move up the inside, but look at that, Holgado defending his line perfectly. Who's that? Who's gone down? Oh, I think it's Uriarte. Yes, it is. 1 corner to go. It's about the run to the line. A twitch from Daniel Holgado. Will he take it from David Alonso? Photo finish. It's the Colombian. Double delight for him. David Alonso wins here. What a final lap that was. That was truly excellent. There's MarioAji, the number 3. Extremely impressive, and a nice little wheelie to boot.